Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Waverley Basketball Stadium for this, the first of three semi-final games between the Waverley Falcons and the Knox Raiders. Should be a good game today. The Falcons had a knockout win last weekend against the McKinnon Cougars, coming back from about 15 or 16 points down, getting over the top with a buzzer beater layup from young Tim Leasting. This game should be quite a different event, as the Raiders have been consistently on the top of the ladder all the way through the season. But having said that, even though they are extremely well coached by Daryl McDonald, D-Mac, as most of the audience will know him as, they are without Matthew Hodgson, who is over in Lebanon at the moment, absolutely setting the world on fire as the premier big man in the Boomers team as they play through the Asian Championships. But can Simmons, Reardon and Arkell take on Carver, Hare and Thosby? Not to mention Tamada in this game. Dean Neville with the first tip. None of the Falcons dropped back for that. Not expecting him to get it, I don't think. And the first shot of the game goes up from the Raiders, and it is number 8. Liam Carroll with a 3. Arkell across to Reardon. Reardon inside to Harper. Harper taking on the point guard duties as he scores. So yeah, Harper taking on the point guard duties in the absence of Brad Kelleher, who is out with a groin strain. And a trap. No, it's been a foul. So it looks like it was on Jason Reardon. Ball goes up to the top, back down to deep corner. Ball fake, pull up, over the top. Dean Neville with the rebound, gets across to Reardon. Reardon looking for options, he's got Neville. Now to Simmons. Simmons back to Neville. Through hands into Arkell. Now it's with Reardon. He'll take the shot from outside. Looked good, but wrong direction. Nothing but air was the result. So it's 2-3 in this first minute or so of the game. The pull-up jumper there from Chris Carbon, falling short, but it's been rebounded by Knox, and Tamada now dances his way through, gets the ball back out to Carver. Carver drops 3. So the first 2 scoring shots for the Knox Raiders, 3 points, 3-pointers. Now it's with Reardon. Neville into Harper. And Arkell has been fouled, going up for the shot there. It was Adam Thosby who has fouled him. It looked almost certain to be a travel violation as Chris scores his first. Good crowd in the house so far. Heading towards the almost the maximum in the stadium. And now Harper's fouled. So his first. Second team foul on the Falcons. Chris Carver over the top of Simmons. And this is going to really be one of the matchups of the game. Dean Neville misses. Tapped out there by Reardon, who comes back with a... So another three. I think that was Simmons, not Reardon. And the finger roll doesn't go. Simmons with the rebound. Arkell spinning. Finds his way to Neville. Neville back out to Simmons. Pulls up. 3 points! All of a sudden, the Falcons get a lead. Thoseby can't get it to go. It falls into the hands of Arkell. He's got runners in front of him. Nearly a steal. Another three to Simmons. 3 in a row to Desmond Simmons. Here, brings the ball back down, gets it across to Thoseby. Pull up, doesn't drop. Simmons back out to Arkell. He's going to look for 3. This time a little off. And Chris Carver says, all right, in your face, as Simmons just manages to recover the ball, and Carver has just touched it as it fell out of bounds. Three points to Desmond Simmons. He's up to 12 points, and every one of his scoring shots has been a 3 so far for the big man. Arkell with the rebound. Back to Reardon. Now to Neville. And Neville pops it in. Timeout to Knox Raiders as Waverley gets out to an 8-point lead. We'll be back shortly. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, with the news that the Waverley Falcons are up 18-10 over the Knox Raiders here at the Falcons home court at the Waverley Basketball Stadium. We are looking to see if they can continue this mini run that they've been on of about 12 points on the back of an uninterrupted run of threes from Chris Carver. Not Chris Carver, sorry, Desmond Simmons. As Reardon pulls up. He nails a 3. Now if he's on, if he and Chris Arkell are on from outside, it's going to cause all sorts of headaches for the Knox Raiders because they will have to then get out to defend them, leaving Des Simmons as a threat inside. Another rebound to Arkell. Cross to Dean Neville. Dean drives, And he travels. So news from around the league. I'll start with the Waverley Falcons news first. Waverley Falcons state champ women went down, and Dean Neville is fouled there. So it'll be a 2 shots to Knox, and it'll be Dylan Hare who's going to take these attempts. Waverley Falcons state champ women went down by 10 points to the Bulleen Boomers last night over at Doncaster. Quite a good comeback from them. Sorry, it was only 9 points, but they were at one stage, they were nearly 20 points down, and they came back very strongly, but unfortunately foul trouble for Tegan Cunningham and for Kelly Bowen saw the Boomers being able to hang on to their lead as the 2-point attempt from Thosby fell short. Neville now. And in the better news for Knox, the Knox Raiders women got up over the ladder, leading Sunbury Jets 86-57. So a great effort for them. Both of those teams, of course, will be in round 2 games next Saturday, going on to a Sunday game if needed. Oh, great work there from the Falcons. Sees Chris Arkell put 2 points up. They're extending their lead. They're now up to 23-12. And nice work there from Knox Raiders to get the reversal on the ball and get in weak side of Dean Neville. Ball's into Arkell at the post. He turns, finds his way through and scores, and Thosby's fouled him. So that will be Thosby's sitting down now. And into the game checks in Stamopoulos and Abby Knock. So Chris Arkell converts the 3. Tim Listing also on the floor this for the Falcons, giving Dean Neville a bit of a break. Rebound to Simmons. The ball's down to Harper. He can't get it, but Arkell can. And Arkell is fouled going up. This time it'll be one of the 2 new players. Not quite certain who it's going to be called on, and it will in fact be on I think it was on Stamopoulos. So he picks up his first. Both teams now sitting on 3 fouls each. Chris Arkell makes the 2. So Falcons shooting at this stage at 64% to Knox's 33. Knock with a good rebound, offensive rebound, but he's managed to lose it over the base of the baseline. D-Mac pacing the sidelines, wanting to pull out his hair on that play. Chris Arkell pulls up. Right distance. Wrong direction. And a charge. Chris Arkell has got back, set his defensive position, and Dylan Hare has gone straight into him. You could see that very clearly on the monitors. Tim Leasing now. Sorry about that. And Leasing reaching in has fouled. Didn't move his feet. So this will be 2 shots. Stamopoulos had enough presence of mind to try and get the shot up as he felt himself being fouled. Misses the first though. Makes the second. Waverley 28, Knox 15. Tom Boyle misses that one. Reardon with the rebound. Arkell. He doesn't. Another 3. So Falcons' shooting percentage is dropping off ever so slightly, but they're just doing enough to keep edging away as the clock winds down into the last 30 seconds. 3-point attempt there from Chris Carber didn't drop. Reardon kicks it out to Boyle. It's now with Simmons. Shot clock down under the 10. 5. Simmons pulls up. Dropped it! And that's the end of the quarter, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Arkell suggesting that there should have been a flopping warning on that as well. We'll be back in a minute. Leave you with some highlights from the first quarter. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for the second period, second quarter of this game between the Waverley Falcons and the Knox Raiders. Waverley having got out to a 33-15 point lead, and it is almost a sellout crowd here at Waverley at the moment. We are looking at around 300, just under 300 people here in the stadium at the moment. So we hope that you're enjoying the contest as Tim Leasting pulls up and nails it! Long two! Chris Carver with the ball. He's got options inside, decides to kick it back out to the ex-Waverley Falcons junior in Mitch Unwin. Mitch can't get it to drop. It's with Harper. Harper looks for Boyle. Boyle into Des Simmons. And he pulls up. It's going to be short. Carver doesn't let it go over the line. Instead gets it back to Unwin. Now through hands. It's with Thosby. He drives, pulls up, kicks it out to Carver. Carver floats it up, short. Arkell with the rebound, gets it back to Simmons. Simmons now. It's got Arkell on the weak side. Arkell drives, gets it to Leasting, back into Arkell. Arkell working on Carver. And Carver just does enough to block that. Good defense there from Mike Harper. Sees the ball go off Thosby for a Falcons possession. And the ref got the ball back in so quickly then that the Knox guys were a little bit taken unawares. Harper pulls up, gets it to Arkell. Arkell, 3 points. Contact after the shot, but the rest letting that go. In fact, there's quite a lot of pushing and shoving that's being allowed at the moment. Which is interesting because at the beginning of the first quarter, they were calling everything, but they've just seemed to have just ever so slightly. As I say that, now they've called Des Simmons for a contact, going for the rebound. So with Thosby back through hands with Carver. Carver pulls up. Tim Leasting just getting his hands on the ball from behind as he nails 3. So great work there from Tim Leasting. Doing enough to spoil Chris Carver's shot down one end, coming back down the other and pulling up and nailing a 3. We'll have a quick break too as the guys go. So we're back in here, ladies and gentlemen, as the score has blown out to 41-15. Waverley's way as Chris Carver says, I'm going to do something about that, and he jams it down on top of the Waverley players. Chase Reardon. Working. Gets it into Arkell. Back out to Harper. Harper pulls up. Nails it. Another 3. Carver. And there's a whistle behind the play. So this, who's this on? Perhaps on Harper, I think. So it's either, yes, it was on Harper. That's his second. Falcons on 2 team fouls at the moment. And Liam Carroll with a little sky hook. Scores 2 for Knox. 44 plays 19. Leasting drives. And is fouled by Carver. So Tim Leasing has a real turn of speed, and this has been apparent since he was in under 14s. Now playing in the senior squad for his first year. Last year he was playing in the under 23s. So it's been and another charge. Mitch Unwin picks up a foul and turns it over. He'll take a break. Harper nearly slips. Into Arkell. Chris Carver overplayed that. And Jace Reardon will pick up a foul. So Jason Reardon, his second foul. He's only had 2 shot attempts, but he's been very influential on the court. Four assists at this moment for Jason. As we see another score go up for the Knox Raiders. Still a 27-point gap. So Arkell to inbound the ball. It's with Reardon. He gets it to Arkell, and Arkell has been fouled yet again. No basket. And it's Chris Carver as well. Now that is, as Tim Leasing sits down and Dean Neville comes back on again, that's second foul on Carver. Arkell nails both. Takes him up to 17 points. Game high scorer at the moment. And a foul down the other end. No, sorry, it's a violation. 3-point shot goes up, doesn't go. Harper with the rebound this time. And this is something that Knox will have to address, because the number of shots that have gone up where they've been relatively uncontested. And another foul against Knox. This time on Liam Carroll. We'll see Des Simmons go to the line. So yeah, Knox has not been getting in there for the offensive rebounds at all. The defensive count is 20 at this point to the Falcons, and they've got 17 defensive. Knox, 9 rebounds and 2 offensive. So the Waverley Falcons absolutely outplaying the Knox Raiders on the boards. Gap's got out to 30 points. Now there's an offensive board and nearly a putback, but Dean Neville ends up with it. Oh, poor pass from him, looking for Arkell, but well read by the Knox player, and Michael Harper has fouled. Dangerous stuff there because Harper is already on 2 fouls, so that'll be his 3rd. And the Falcons do not have, with Brad Kelleher not able to play today, they do not have huge depth in the guard spots. So Harper has got to be very careful. Harper with the ball. Poor pass there from Harper into Simmons. And luckily didn't give anything away there. But Liam Carroll did. And that's put the Falcons into the bonus. And Des Simmons at the line. He's shooting 50% at the moment from the free throw line. And that's where he's ended up as well. Knox still can't get it to drop from outside. They're getting some good looks, but where the Falcons have found the back of the net, Knox hasn't. Harper loses the ball, but Arkell steals it back and then has given away a foul. So both teams now on the bonus. And that's Arkell's first. So Adrian Tomato gets his first. And second. Waverley crowd starting to wake up there, wanting to do their part to try and keep this gap as wide as possible. Harper hands off to Simmons. He gives it to Neville. Arkell back to Neville. Back to Arkell. Arkell on Carber. Pulls up. Nails the 2. And the ball has been adjudged off Knox, so it's a Waverley ball off a turnover. Harper finds Neville. Neville can't get it to go. Taps the ball to Carber's hands, and now Harper has fouled. And this giving away 2 shots, but is more dangerous in that Well, Harper is only on 3, so that's his third. I thought it was his 4th, but it's only his 3rd. So Tim Leasting taking over point guard duties at the moment with Reardon off the floor. Neville cross to Leasting. Leasting pulls up. Can't get it to go this time. Simmons with the rebound. Trying to get it into Tom Boyle, but it's stolen by the Knox player in Dylan Hare, who has been fouled by Tim Leasting. That is Tim's 3rd. Simmons brings the ball down, gets it to Leasting in deep corner. Leasting's shot too long, but recovered by Simmons. Down under 6 seconds now. Leasting pulls up, can't get it to go. Carver with the rebound. And he drops it in, coast to coast from Chris Carver. So the Falcons just rushing things through at the moment. And Knox can feel that they have a chance to get back in here as Dylan here drops another 3. And it's a timeout this time to the Waverley Falcons as the score has finished at 53-30. We will be back shortly. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. Knox having found some intensity and purpose and had whittled away a 30-point lead to a 23-point lead. I was miscalculating there for a moment. But that's brought a change of personnel. Oh, and a foul. Derek McDonald has sent Jason Reardon to the line. So Ilias Pallian's taking the opportunity to change up the squad for the Falcons just to settle things down. And Jason Reardon back into the game. He misses both of those. Also back in Tom Boyle and Matt Scammell for his first minutes of the game. And with both Tim Leasting and Mike Harper in relative foul trouble, Matt might get a few minutes here as well. And now there's a foul. And okay, it's on Reardon. His third. So, Elias Palianis not prepared to risk Jason for the last 49 seconds of the game. He's put Tim Leasing back in. Leasing turns, gets the ball across to Simmons. Simmons spins, and he's been fouled. And this time it's Carver hitting the head contact there. And that's his third, so he's subbed himself out in this particular case, realising that with only 30 seconds to go, there's no point in risking another foul. So Simmons, again, shooting at 50%. Maybe next time I'll say he's shooting at 100%, he might get there. Adds to his total, he's now up to 19 points. And great defense there from Simmons. Well, foul called against Tim Leasting. So Dylan here at the line. He's up to 8 points. His average is 14. So he's having a good game. Make that 9 for him. So it's Hare and there goes Hare again. And Hare will go to the line after a blocking foul on Chris Arkell. Chris stationary, but unfortunately the contact was not right down the centre of his body. So Chris Arkell now up to 2 fouls. And at half-time, the score is back within 20. So we'll take a break and see what'll happen in the second half. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here getting ready for the second half in this enthralling game between the Waverley Falcons and the Knox Raiders. And we can let you know that the Waverley Falcons are up 54-36 as we go into the second half. Might just run through some of the key stats for you as the game commences. Falcons shooting at 53% field goals, 17-32 to Knox's 29. Knox has had 2 more scoring attempts than the Falcons, so they're shooting at 10 out of 34. Make that 10 out of 35. One more again, 10 out of 36. So they're not adding to their scoring percentage at this point in time. Mike Harper back into the game for the Falcons has given Chris Carver a gift as a poor pass to Dean Neville. And there's a foul on Adam Thosby. So Chris Carver with a jam over the top of Dean Neville. And the first score of this quarter goes to the Raiders. Dean Neville. It's into Simmons, and Simmons. Poor pass there. And that's forcing Dean Neville off the floor. He's on 3 fouls. So Falcons leading the rebound count 29-18. The assists 11-6. Knox has managed 5 steals to the Falcons 1. 1 block shot each. And 8 turnovers to the Falcons to the 4 of Knox at this stage. Simmons can't get it to fall this time. As we're back down the other end, and still not a successful night for the afternoon for the Raiders. Of course, up in Queensland, our colleague John Guana presenting the preliminary finals up there in the QABL League. So it's the Brisbane Capitals taking on the Logan Thunder in the women's QBL quarterfinal. Simmons pulls up, can't get it to drop. Arkel trying to get to the ball, couldn't get there, and it's with Knox, and finally Dylan Hare manages to get the ball to go in, but he's trying to do something about the offensive rebound count on his own. That's now 4 for him. Jason Reardon steadying the ship with 3 points. Leasting, good defence there from him. Stopped Adrian Tamata as he attacked the basket. Reardon with another three over the top of Dylan Hare. Miles out from the three-point line, and that has forced D-Mac to call another timeout. We'll take a quick break and be back with you shortly. So as with 6 minutes and 28 seconds to go, the Falcons 63 to the Knox Raiders 42. So stubbornly staying up around that 20-point mark at the moment. Waverley won the first quarter 33-15. It was 21 all in the second, and at the moment 9-6 in Waverley's favour. Chris Carver throwing the ball out. Poor decision making there. Simmons finds his way through. Probably should have won the foul there against Carver. And Carver has travelled. So Carver trying to get referee Bryce Reid to change his mind, but that is never going to happen. Simmons drives, kicks it out. Arkell from the top of the key, doesn't get it go. Listing with the rebound. It's come off Dylan Hare. Back out top to Harper. Harper drives and finds his way through. Michael Harper has had an outstanding season this year. Of course, coming back from college in the US the year before, he played a season with Melbourne Tigers before rejoining Waverley. And he just seems to be fitting in extremely well into this squad as Simmons goes to the rack. And now the line as we find another foul against the Raiders, this time on Liam Carroll, his third. Nothing but net there, this time from Desmond Simmons. Improving his free throw percentage ever so slightly. Hare slips. And, well. And that's was called on Tim Leasting. He'll have to take a break. He's on 4 fouls now. Dean Neville coming back in. Bit unlucky there. It was Dylan here slipping and then falling into the Falcons player that caused the contact. So and miraculously the Falcons retain possession. Harper gets it across to Arkell. Back out to Harper. 8 seconds to go. Harper will drive, pull up. Can't get it to go. It's 1 second to go. Oh. And hang on, we've got a timeout to the Falcons. A flop warning to Knox. Oh, interesting. And the big problem for Coach Elias Palianis is that quite a number of his players are living dangerously in terms of fouls. There's Mike Harper, Dean Neville, Jason Reardon all on 3. Tim Leasing's up onto 4. And then for the Knox Raiders, it's Chris Carber, Carroll and Thosby all on 3 as well. So there's been some interesting developments in terms of the way the foul count is going to influence the way the coaches coach this game. .420 to go in this quarter. 68-45. Simmons has been fouled on that play by Dylan Hare. His second. And he's missed that, so he's managed to keep his 50% shooting stats for the game. I was keeping very quiet there because I was hoping that by not saying anything I wouldn't put the moz on him. And the shot goes up from Carroll straight into the arms of the Falcons player. Again, Dylan Hare. He has been fantastic for Knox, really has. And not getting the support from some of his other teammates that perhaps the coach would like to see. Dean Neville finds his way under the basket, reverse layup. Carroll can't get it to drop. Jace Reardon with the rebound. Gets it into Simmons. Simmons on Carber. Gets it back out to Reardon. Out to Arkell. Arkell doesn't go. Neville with the rebound, and he's been fouled. This time it's on Tamada. Fourth team foul for the Knox Raiders. Tamada sitting down and Mitch Unwin coming into the game. So the 22-year-old replaced by a 22-year-old. Reardon has been fouled. And he'll go to the line. Basket doesn't count. It's just tucked up there. Again, it's on Liam Carroll. Liam Carroll now on 4 fouls. He sits down, and into the game again comes Stamopoulos. Reardon. Has not had a huge impact on the scoreboard. That's his 10th point. Make that 11. But he's had 5 assists, now 3 rebounds, and the Falcons look a lot better when he is on the court. Mitch Unwin drives, kicks out. Big hands of Dean Neville getting in the way, but Chris Carver enough to get there and gets the 2 over the top of Dean. Harper being guarded by Hare. It's back to Reardon. Reardon into Simmons, and Simmons pops it up. Doesn't go. Chris Arkell with a putback, which will be not counted. And Simmons again will go to the line. So Desmond Simmons on 22 points, 10 rebounds. So he's already got his season average. And he's missed that. So his free throw percentage is dropping down under 50% now, down to 44. So he's made 4 of now 11. As Dean Neville, just too tall for the other players, just keeps his fingertips on the ball. Reardon guarded by McDonald. He pulls up and nails it over the top of both McDonald and Unwin. Little smile on his face as he comes back down the court. Chris Carber doesn't make it go, but it's out the top to Stamopoulos, back out to McDonald. His shot doesn't go, falls into the hands of Carber. Carber has forced his way in there and has forced a foul. And that looks to be on Dean Neville. It's his 4th. Tom Boyle coming in now. With 1:15 to go. Harper fouled, this time by Stamopoulos. Short, that one. And that was a poor second effort from Mike Harper. Made it too easy for Chris Carver to get his hands on it. It's now gone into McDonald. Chris Arkell with a hand in. Now Carver drives, can't get it over Simmons. Yes, he can. Somehow took the bump and found the basket. Harper gets it into Simmons. And this time Carver getting called for a push. And that's his fourth. And that sees Chris Carver sitting down for the last 26 seconds, and into the game Abby Knock comes on. So Simmons with his first. We will not mention his shooting percentage at this point in time. But now he decides that he's going to get both of those as the crowd continues to build here. There are still people coming into this game. So hopefully that all of you are watching online are enjoying the spectacle as Derek McDonald travels. So the Falcons with 10.5 seconds to go in this quarter. It's with Reardon. Hands it off to Harper. Harper drives. It's out to Tom Boyle. Tom Boyle can't get it to go. There was contact on his hands after the shot, but not enough for that to have counted. We'll be back in a very short. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is 77-49 here at the Falcons' Nest, Waverley Basketball Stadium here in Chadstone, Victoria. As we see the final 10 minutes get underway here between the Waverley Falcons State Championship men's team and the Knox Raiders. Balls with Jason Reardon, out to Arkell. Harper. Harper drives, kicks it out to Tom Boyle, back out to Arkell. Doesn't quite drop for him. Tom Boyle probably should have had the shorter shot. And Simmons with the steal. Somehow Managed to keep his hands on it and gets it to Harper, and Harper with the 2-point conversion. Now Mitch Unwin. Mitch, of course, who played all his junior career here at the Falcons, moved to Knox a couple of years ago and has had a very successful career over there in their youth championship men's team and now the state champ men's team as well. Harper pulls up, 3-point attempt, in and out. Rebounded there by Thosby. Gets back to Carber. Carber drives. Too short. Good pressure there from Simmons. Reardon just overthrowing that pass ever so slightly. But he saw the running Desmond Simmons down there under the basket. Was all ready to go. So, Reardon coming off for a break. Tim Leasing back on. Tim, of course, is on 4 fouls, so has to play very carefully here to get some minutes. The Falcons in a zone. Demopoulos saying, hey, I can shoot from outside there if you're going to do that to me. Now Simmons back out to Leasting. Leasting in and out. Falcons not rebounding in the last couple of times down the court. They've given away the offensive rebounds. Knox also in the zone at this point in time. Denison Simmons kicks it out to Lee. And Leasting's shot in and out. This time Simmons getting in there, kicked the ball out, but fell into the hands of Hare, who has gone down the other end. 2 points. Again, great work from him, and it's caused a timeout to be called by Ilias Palianis, the Waverley coach. We'll be back shortly. So back for the last 7.5 minutes of this game with the Falcons up 79-54. The Falcons won the first quarter 33-15. It was a tied ball game in the second quarter, 21 all. They will then put a 10-point lead up over Knox, 23-13 in the third. Knox with the honours at the moment, 5-3. Simmons over dribbling, loses control of the ball and has stepped out. Oh, good work there from Harper and Leasting to steal the ball off Chris Carber. Leasting pulls up, gets it to Arkell. One of his trademark shots. Trailing down the floor, he'll take that shot from at the top of the arc. And the ball's gone out. Sorry, Carbo stepped out of bounds as he received that ball. So Also in state champ men last night, we talked earlier during the game about the women's competition, but the Ringwood Hawks got up over the Eltham Wildcats as we see another 3 go down for the Falcons. 94-98. So Ringwood Hawks looking to avenge the 2 in-season losses to the Eltham Wildcats. And again, Falcons keep applying pressure. The lead is back out to 30. And the shot's still not dropping for the Raiders. Leasting has the ball stolen by Dylan here. Tapped over his hands. Tamata now with the ball. He drives, gets it to Hare. 2 points. Again, this man has been excellent for the Raiders. Quick look at the stats from last night's game between Eltham and Ringwood. Chris Cameron, the game high scorer, with 28 for Eltham. Matt Fennell with 22 for Ringwood. Rebound count was evenly shared by Grant and Fennell, and as were the assists from 4 assists each to Benny Waldron and Matty Snowball. So that would have been a tip-top game to have attended, and Ringwood now 1 game away from yet another finals appearance. And for the sake of the rivalry between the 2 clubs, wouldn't it be nice if it was also Falcons and the Hawks? They have met so many times in the final series over the last decade. As score now sits at 89-61 here at the Waverley Basketball Stadium. Tim Leasting, 3 points off an assist from Des Simmons. Tamata gets the ball to Hare. Out to Carroll. Stamopoulos back to Tamata. Hare pulls up over Matt Scammell, and interestingly there, we've seen that contact quite a lot before, but it got called on this occasion. So Hare will go to the line. Sitting on 23 points at the moment. That was the 2nd team foul for the Falcons. So Dylan Hare with the opportunity to become the game's 2nd highest scorer. That honour at the moment is with Des Simmons sitting behind Chris Arkell at 28. It was a 3-point attempt, so Dylan Hare now misses that. Violation. So he is tied as equal high scorer, and that he's sitting down, so we don't know that we'll necessarily see him again with 4 minutes to go. We should do. We'll see. Scammell. Arkell, another 3. Chris Arkell having a day to remember at the moment. That's 9 from 15. Shooting just under 60%. In fact, the Falcons, oh, there's a foul. Oh, it's an offensive foul. Okay. So grabbed his arm apparently, grabbed an arm on the way through. According to the ref, as the little conversation about an explanation about why that foul was called. So first team foul for Knox. Pat Goal on for his first run of the game. And also Kevin Ben. And Matt Scammell drives and scores. And good pressure from the Falcons down the floor there. Sees the ball delivered a little too hot for Abby Knock. Here's Scammell. Hands off to Simmons. So this is the youth squad +1. Pat Golong slipped over, and Tom Boyle has drawn a foul. Tom not pleased. He never is. So Nikos Stamopoulos makes his first. That is his third free throw of the day. Misses the second, stays at 50% shooting from the free throw line. And now there's a foul as Matt Scammell attempts to get the ball up out of that double team. And it looked to be on, well, doesn't really matter whether it was on Unwin or McDonald. As Tim Leasing, another three. Another three. Continuing with his really good form from last week, where he scored the winning goal in the last 1.3 seconds of the game. Kev Ben. He'll be relishing this run today. As Pat Golong gets up over the top of everyone else and tips it in. Chris Carber over Scammell. Short, and Scammell gets the rebound. Sorry, that wasn't Carber, it was McDonald. Sorry. And there's been a foul as Golong goes baseline. That is now the third team foul for the Knox Raiders. There is 1:40 to go. Tim Leasing misses that shot. Ex-teammate in Mitch Unwin comes down the floor quickly. Played in the under-20s together. And Knox nails another two. 102 to 67. Tom Boyle will look at his shot from outside. It's too long. Leasing with the rebound. Can't keep his fingers on it. And good work there from Knock across to Liam Carroll. Another 2 points to the Raiders. Oh, poor pass there from Leasing. And Mitch Unwin, 2 points. So Mitch, nice little cameo from him, is on the board. And now Derek McDonald picks Tim's pocket, and Tim will, after a couple of poor decisions there, will take a break. Getting a bit of counsel from his experienced teammate in Jason Reardon. That's really good to see, the passing on of experience. And Mitch Unwin just brings out the time. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Waverley wins 102-73. It's a huge win at this level in the first of the semi-finals. We will be back with you next week with the girls.